Hey guys, what's going on? East here. The fifth box set for the Digimon TCG in Japan is about to come out, Battle of Omega, and they've introduced a ton of new cards. Now, I just realized that, actually this morning, they've actually released all the cards. So what I thought I'd do, what I thought would be interesting, is go through, for every day this week, I would go over one color. So I'd talk about, one thing I was really excited about for that color for, each set. So today I'm probably going to start off with two, but as the week goes on, you guys can watch the rest of the videos for blue, yellow, green, black, purple, etc. So let's just hop into it with red. Yeah, why not? All right, so I'll just come out and say it. The thing that I'm super excited for in red for the Battle of Omega set is 100% the Shoutmon line. I think this is a really, really cool archetype, and it resembles Ragnalord in that, you build a tall creature, and then, your opponent just can't get over it, or it just has so many good effects that you just win outright. So Shoutmon, level 3, super, super simple effects. He lets you search out from the top 5 cards of your deck any Digimon with what would be called the new Advance or Blitz mechanic. I'm not sure what it's going to be in English, but in Japanese it's basically like Advance or Attack. And that effect, first of all, allows you to, even when you Digivolve or you play a card that would put you over your memory limit, and it would be your opponent's turn, before your opponent's turn starts, you can still attack with that Digimon. So basically, you play down something that's really big, and you can just attack right away, and that's part of its effect. So that's how the effect resolves. It allows you to attack before your opponent's turn technically starts. Also, Inheritance, and this one seems not crazy. I mean, it seems like a pretty normal Inheritance effect, but this is actually really, really important down the line, so keep this in the back of your head. Shoutmon's Inheritance is that if it has Advance or Attack or Blitz or whatever you call it, I'm just going to call it Blitz for the rest of this video, but if it has Blitz, it gets plus 2,000 DP. That seems like a really small number, but keep that in the back of your mind. It's going to become important much later. Alright, so next up, following the Shoutmon trend, is going to be Omega Shoutmon. Now, you might notice that he's actually level 5, and Shoutmon's only level 3, so there's a gap there between level 4. And Omega Shoutmon's effect kind of fills in this gap. So basically the effect is, if you have this card in your hand and you have a Shoutmon on the board, you can just Digivolve into Omega Shoutmon for 4, ignoring, levels or anything like that. So you can go from Shoutmon level 3 immediately to Omega Shoutmon level 5 by paying 4. It's pretty hefty price, but you are skipping 2 levels, and with the effects you're going to be getting off these cards, it's pretty dang good. Speaking of good effects, Omega Shoutmon's Inheritance ability is that he just gets security attack +1. So, red being able to put out those really big follows that have 3-4 security attacks, and then you play a tamer like Tai, which gives you another +1 security attack if you have 4 Digivolution sources. Things are going to get crazy with these cards. Alright, so moving on to level 6, you actually have a couple of options into what you can Digivolve into, because there's a couple of cards that actually work well with the Shoutmon line. The first one, I think, is the most obvious choice, and that's going to be Shoutmon DX. So his effect is, on Evolve, he gets Blitz, plain and simple. So you play him, and you can immediately just, attack. What's also really interesting about his evolution cost is that if you evolve him or Digivolve him from a level 5, he costs 4. If you Digivolve him from a level 6, he costs 2. So there's this really interesting bit here where you can actually Digivolve from a level 6 to a level 6, which is really cool. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. I'm not sure how that's going to be super effective, but I think, playing it for 2 is nice, but if you have to play it for 4, you're not really in trouble because you can still attack the turn that he comes onto the field. In addition, so his secondary evolve effect is that whenever you evolve into him, you put a red Digimon from your hand directly underneath him as the highest evolution or Digivolution source. And then you count all the Digimon with the names Omega Shoutmon or Zeke Greymon that are Digivolution sources for this card, and then you destroy one of your opponent's Digimon who have 5,000 or less DP for each of those named cards attached to Shoutmon DX. So a little bit of removal, he gets to attack immediately, so that's again a potential another source of removal, being able to attack a suspended Digimon or just go for security outright. And then he doesn't have any Inheritance effects, but we'll take a look at another Digimon who's level 6 in just a moment who does have those. So I just talked about Shoutmon being able to Digivolve from a level 5 or level 6 Now you're probably wondering, well, why would you digivolve a level 6 into a level 6? And the reason here is because of Zeke Greymon. So Zeke Greymon has this really is another card in the Shoutmon line. Although he doesn't share the name Shoutmon, he does have the name Greymon, which for any of the Greymon support that just came out recently is pretty good. So there's a lot of cards that outside of the Shoutmon archetype that really synergize with him. So if you can find some good text for that, that'd be probably a good idea as well. Anyway, his effect on evolve is that he has advance, so that whenever you do evolve into him, you can attack before your turn is over. Additionally, his inheritance effect is that if this Digimon has advance, it can attack unsuspended Digimon. Now, that's a really powerful effect. That's a really, really powerful effect in Digimon. So having the ability to attack any Digimon you want in this game is really strong. It could potentially stop you from losing a game. It could take out threats before they get too big. In a lot of cases, your opponent can just kind of leave a Digimon on the board and then you can't touch it unless it attacks, right? Or it's suspended for some reason. Zeke Greymon bypasses that. And I think that's a very, very strong effect, especially for inheritance. So the Digimon that, he digivolves into, whether it be Shoutmon DX or level 7 or something else, can basically wipe anything out on the board at once. Alright, so now I talked about most of the Shoutmon. This next one is technically not Shoutmon, but does fit into the line because of the advance effect. Now, this is called Battle of Omega. It would not be, Battle of Omega if we didn't have an Omegamon somewhere in the line. And that's going to be the level 7 white Omegamon here. Now, there's a bunch of different Omegamon that are coming out in this set, but this one synergizes the most with the Shoutmon line because it does have that famed advance or blitz effect. So really cool effect for this guy. On evolve, you unsuspend him and then advance. So you could previously have attacked with another Digimon and then evolved into him. It unsuspends and you can attack again, which is great. Additionally, on all of your turns, now this is crazy. On all of your turns, if this Omegamon would be deleted or returned to the bottom of a deck or your hand by an opponent's effect, that's important, only by effects, you can still attack into it. But if it's removed or destroyed by an effect, you can trash one of the level 6 Digimon below it to prevent that card's effect. And because the Shoutmon line has 2 level 6s in Zeke Greymon and, Shoutmon DX, I mean, you technically, this Omegamon is like Mario, it has 3 lives. So he has a ton of staying power. And I did say that, you can still attack into this Digimon to, just destroy it outright without having to kill it 3 times. However, it technically has 16,000 DP, and that's because of that little Shoutmon who gives it the plus 2,000 on inheritance here at the bottom, which makes it one of the strongest Digimon in the entire game. If you run this line, your opponent's going to have a really, really difficult time clearing this card. Incredibly, it's going to stick around for at least 2 to 3 hits, and then it can probably take out 2 or 3 security at the same time. Remember, it does have security attack plus 1. Now, we skipped the level 4 card because, Shoutmon and Omega Shoutmon allow you to do that. You can go straight from level 3 to level 5. However, I think there's some really good level 4 cards that would really work well. And let's actually talk about those with some of the support that this archetype gets from options. So, talking about the support for the Shoutmon line, the one card that BT05 released that works really well and synergizes really well with Shoutmon is the card, the red option here, Rowdy Rocker. It doesn't seem like a very amazing card, but it does give you a nice little boost as far as doing damage and getting a little bit of card draw out of it. So the effect is you basically take a level 4 Digimon and add it to the Digivolution sources for one of your cards on the field. Now that might not seem like much. You're probably thinking, man, there's not really that many good level 4 cards that would make much of a difference for, something like Omegamon, right? You're wrong. Wrong. Actually, if you got the red starter deck, then you probably remember this fella right here, which is level 4 Greymon, who has, on inheritance, security attack plus 1. So you add this to the rest of the Shoutmon cards that you've got here on your Omegamon, and he's got security attack, plus 3 total. He's got advance when he attacks or when he evolves. He's got 16,000, and it takes more than 3 times to kill him potentially if you got a bunch of Digivolution sources. So I'm all of these things together, I think, make this card this line incredible. All right, guys. So there you go. There you go. All the there you go. All right, guys. So there you go. All of the cards from the Omega Shop Online here on screen, guys. If you're playing this deck, either out in February when it comes out here at the end of the month, or later on this year, once they get it in the English release, take a look at some of these cards right here. Probably good idea to try to build a deck around these. I know I am. I was a super big fan of the Ragnarlord archetype when it came out, and this kind of scratches that same itch. So I'm super excited to give it a try. Now, if you're excited about something that's different than the red line, let me know in the comments below, or if you have any other ideas for good techs or good support for this archetype, I'd love to hear your ideas. I'll be in the comments chatting below as well. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, if you want to see more Digimon content like this, hit the like and subscribe button. Also hit the bell if you want to get that information as soon as I upload videos. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Sorry, one more thing. I almost forgot to say this. My friend and I here in Tokyo have decided to start streaming our Digimon battles or games on Friday nights on Twitch. So if you're interested in watching live Digimon TCG matches for the Japanese sets, come hang out there while we're just talking about the game, having a good time, and yeah, hope to see you there. You guys can find my info for the Twitch in the description below. All right, that's all I wanted to say. All right, take care, guys. Bye.